So recently I showcased my villager trading hall, and today I will be making a tutorial on how this works. Let me first show you the functionality of it. You can just find a villager that needs to be cured. If I wanted to have really cheap trades for this dude, I just push a button. He goes down the minecart track. He gets zombified, and then he gets sent back up the rail, and he will go all the way back to his cell over here, where I can shoot him with an arrow of weakness and feed him a golden apple. And then he'll cure up, and we'll have cheap trades like all the other villagers in the trading hall. Guys, before I get into the tutorial, it is very important to note that you need to check the description for this. There will be a world download and a materials list in the description. If there are any bugs or problems that come up in this tutorial, they will be addressed in the description, so make sure you check the description. And also, if you subscribe, I will be happy, and I want to be happy. So I've built up a mini version of this in a creative world that I can just press the button. This dude will get sent out. He'll get killed, and he will get shipped all the way up here. Splash him, feed him, and he starts getting cured. This trading hall is infinitely expandable, although it is pretty expensive, so you might want to watch out for that. This trading hall is 12 blocks tall and 11 blocks wide, and each module is 2 blocks wide. And then you also have to add on this thing, which I think is 7 or 8 blocks. You can also put another one of these sections over here, so they can both get cured by the zombie. But without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So I prefer building this trading hall above the ground, but if you want to build it on the ground, you can. What you want to do is put down a temporary block and then a block above it, and then remove that, and then build out a shape like this. Comparator here, comparator here, comparator here, comparator here, a redstone torch here, and then a piece of redstone dust here. And then you're going to want to place in this for the redstone, 2 blocks here, and then a repeater on 3 ticks, and then a repeater on 4 ticks. And then if you're doing 2 sides, you're going to want to repeat the same thing over here. Then when you're done with that, you can put a block here, a temporary block here, and then a block up here. And you put redstone dust on it. And then we're going to put blocks going along here like so. And this is going to be a detector rail. And then we have to do some funky stuff with the rails. So you're going to want to put some blocks going out here. 2 powered rails on both of those spots. And then powered rails going out. You can fill powered rails all the way to here. I forgot to put that in here. And this exact spot is where the zombie's gonna be. So I would suggest putting blocks there and then putting that down there. Oh shoot. I broke it. And that's kind of the circuit that will time it. You do need to put a back wall back here, so that when the villager gets put in the minecart, it can get stopped. I'd also suggest putting a roof so your villagers don't burn up in the sunlight, and neither does your zombie. And I have mine extended out 2 more, like so, in my world. And then you put some levers underneath. Make sure it doesn't power your redstone like that. You need to put them above the repeaters. And then you can power these ones as well. And Now we just need to get some normal rails, and we can put them in like so, so that way they can get powered and sent out. And now if we can grab a minecart, you can put a rail down here, put your minecart in it, and you can break this rail if you want to, or you can leave it there. And you want to try to trap a zombie in here, you need to get him name tagged, or he will despawn. So I'm going to do it the easy way. It is surprisingly easy. You just wait till night and they'll spawn. You can like build a platform up and they'll just walk in. So this should be the minecart system finished. Oh, I put mine. That makes sense. Yeah, you got to make sure these are not powering your redstone or that will happen. So allow me to explain what happens. The detector rail will pick up a redstone signal when the minecart passes over it, and it'll go into the repeaters, and it will have the perfect amount of delay for the minecart to get all the way back here. And then it goes into a pulse extender that will make sure these powered rails stay off for the perfect amount of time for a zombie to kill a villager. And then it will get sent out, and you gotta make sure you power these ones as well, so that way, you know, it actually goes out. So we can try both sides. Perfect. And now to build the villager cell, just repeat this. 2 blocks, normal rails, a block with a powered rail, and then 3 blocks out, normal rail and 2 powered rails. And then you're going to want to place a temporary block there, go down here, place an observer, break this block, place any rail so that it slopes, and then break it. Then you're going to place an observer here, a block here, a block here, redstone torch, go down here with a temporary block, place a hopper, and then a hopper going into that hopper, break this hopper, and then place it there so they both go in, 2 redstone dust, and then a comparator going out of that redstone dust into a block with the redstone torch on top, and then another block, and then you can snake these blocks up here like so, and cover that all in redstone dust, and you can get 2 pistons, redstone dust here, a block on top of that piston, a redstone torch coming out of that piston, and then a piston there. And then you're going to want to cover the walls up like this. Make sure you have a hole there. And then you will grab some levers, some glass, and string. You can place your levers and turn them on. Place a glass, get some powered rails, and you can place those over top. And then you're going to place a string inside, and then any item in that hopper. And this should be your cell done. If you go in, it'll yeah, it'll work. So now all we're gonna do is just kind of take a rail line and just kind of bring it up. Don't really have to do this any sort of way. Just kind of bring it up there. And now the villager can cycle through. And we're going to want to bring blocks above, so that way while they're zombie villagers they won't burn in the daylight. There is the button, we do have to add that in. So I have mine going down a block. That's how I have mine built. I think it's the easiest way, so just grab your button and you can place a button there, and then a sticky piston with a block on it. And then we're gonna put a block right here with a piece of redstone dust, and then a repeater going out into a block with a redstone torch, and then another block and another redstone torch. So when we press it, oh, we do have to power this. You can put that wherever and power it. So now when we press it, the redstone line will turn on. So now just kind of repeat this process a couple of times until you have all the villagers you want. So now that you've got everything built up, what you're going to want to do is go down here and place levers on underneath those powered rails to make sure they stay powered. And that's pretty much it. I did forget to do this side. Let me do it real quick. So now that we have everything in, we need to start loading the villagers. And what I would do is create a minecart track going all the way to some kind of village or villager breeder you have. And you have to make sure that it is 100 blocks away from your build. So once your build renders out, like kind of like now-ish, you can build your rail all the way back to it. And then you can just kind of power it. If you just make sure you have a villager breeder nearby, because there's no point in making a 2,000 long minecart track. Just bring 2 villagers and then build a breeder. There's no point in doing that. So once you get to wherever your breeder is, you can grab your minecarts and your villagers. I'm going to cheat them in because I'm creative. I already did this in survival. I don't want to do it again. So push them in. They will go down this track and they'll make their way into the chamber thingy. And you got to make sure it's open before you do this, or they'll just go over it. Nice, and it should close up. Now, because this is the first villager, you have to do something special. You have to go down here. I just placed 2 blocks there, and then get a bed and place it down there. He should connect to the bed. It might take a while. Alright, he connected, then grabbed the workstation. I'm just gonna make them all librarians. Oh, I do have these left over here. I need to break these real quick. That could have broken my entire farm, having those up. But, yep, he is connected. You can trade with him. You can do whatever you want. Decent trades, I guess. But now that he's connected, we can go back here and just kind of place an extra bed just down here. Just in case. So, now we can go get another villager, and you just kind of repeat the process for however many villagers you want. In survival, I did mine with 140 villagers, so it took a while. And it's really laggy. He'll fall in. I forgot to place the glass in. I can't believe I keep doing this. I'll find a way. Hold up. I'm just gonna trigger the T flip-flop. Place the glass behind him. Oh, I have it on that side. And then I'll do it again. Yep. Now he's there. So then I can give him a lectern, place a bed right about here. And now I'll do the other side. Break all of this. Kind of bring him over here. And it should work perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't feel like going all the way back over there. I'm gonna just start. No nitwits. The nitwits you can't trade with them. So I'm just gonna start getting these guys in quicker. It'll close up. Place in that. Go down here. Place in this. He's a librarian. Do it one last time. Boop. And I got all 4 of my villagers in. He should turn to a librarian. And I can place his bed. Now, if you have a lot of villagers in, they might start spawning cats. And the cats are a big problem. They'll like run around, or they'll push your villagers out like this. And it can break the entire system. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make a tutorial on like a cat switch. And it's kind of like a mob switch, but like for cats. Yeah, I don't want to just, here. There we go. It's fixed. So I'll try to figure out the spawning mechanics of cats and see if I can get them to not spawn. But this is pretty much the bulk of it. There really isn't anything else. Although sometimes when you have a lot of them in one area, the observers will get false detections and it can break your redstone. So there is a bonus circuit you can add on where every time you go there, you just click a button and it will close all of the, oh yeah, I broke those. It'll close all of the gates. So I will show you that real quick. It's a little expensive. You put a block with redstone there, and then you get this sort of shape, right, with a temporary block there. Put that there, and then you need a repeater. Place the repeater there, and then a redstone dust, and then you break this block. Hold up. You don't break that block. Don't break that block. You put an observer down here, but not facing that way. Facing up, like so. And then you get a bell. This is the expensive part. Plop that down. And so, whenever your T flip-flop gets activated and your cage is open, all you have to do is send a redstone signal to the piston, and it will close the gate. So you can pretty much just do that by doing something like this. If you want to get it back up to like a control system, you can use glass and kind of staircase your way up. Like I could, hold up, let me make sure you use repeaters and stuff. I could get it to go up to like just in the ceiling somewhere. I don't know. I haven't really made a great place for mine in my world, but I can kinda, you can get it somewhere. Alright, that needs to be a solid block, I forgot that. Yep, so, I don't know, you can do you can do it. So that's the bulk of the tutorial done. I don't really know anything else to add. There really isn't anything else to add on. Um, don't let this dude die. Make sure he's name tagged. And I will have a materials list in the description. So make sure you check that out. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.